out a lot of that.
You're a bot.
All right, so basically we have 3 of my buddies. Me, who is anti-fork knife. My friend Shadow or Mango or Kiwi that hasn't played Fortnite, and my bro Dave, Lil Day, who loves Fortnite for reasons I don't understand. So let's say reason number 1 why I dislike Fortnite: it's not fun. After any amount of time I play, I just get so bored, and I just don't want to play anymore. Like, do you ever feel that, Lil Day?
Yeah, sometimes I'm playing for 3 hours. I just want to get off and stop playing video games and just watch YouTube.
Yeah, Fortnite. Alright, but like when I play, I just kind of get sweated on, and it's not fun at all. And there's no like mode in Fortnite that's just like, oh, noobs are safe here. This is a good place. Like, I don't think there's a fix. No, there is matchmaking, but I don't think there's a fix to it, because it's just like the players have gotten so good. The sweats don't like playing against other sweats, and then the people who are bad at the game don't like playing against sweats either, and sweats want to play against bots. So it's like, who do you want, new players, or do you want the old players to keep playing? And if you choose neither, then everyone's gonna walk away. And I don't know a fix.
Yeah, I don't like that. All the sweats on the verse bots.
But it's like,
I have a question for you, Eagle.
Yes.
Like, now I'm considered bad.
Would you say that Fortnite is dying?
Yeah, it's been dying. It's been dying. No, I'm gonna pull up the Google trend real quick.
Yeah, please do.
Google. How do I even find this? Let's just look up Fortnite. It's probably peaked up today because there's a new update.
Yeah, because of the cars.
Yeah.
That's revolutionary.
Tell us about the car update while I
It's
pull
not
this
even
up.
that good.
What even is it? Exactly.
So basically, there's cars. It's good, but like the cars go at different speeds and stuff. It feels like the good cars are just rare, and everyone's hot dropping cars. So some noobs don't get cars.
So it's no frame of reference, and everything is still luck based.
Well, it's not luck based. There's different spawns for cars. I mean, there's like a valid like there's a lot of car spawns, but like everyone hot drops them, and when I find them mid game, they're just out of fuel or about to break.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm looking at the Google Trends right now, and it's like, so the game started peaking up around September of 2017, and then it got really high. It started rising significantly like in December of 2017, and then around March 2018,
About how many people?
It was high. It doesn't say about how many people. It's just how many people were searching it. So it's not exactly accurate, but it's a good indicator. So it stayed up about around this point. I'll get to now, but it stayed up around this point of whatever these numbers mean. It says around 60, 70, around 70 for a while. But then it slowly started drooping. In like, let's just take March of 2018. It was around 69. We go to March of 2019. It's 40. So interest was declining after that. After 2018, that was a big year for Fortnite. And now, if we compare, it's just there's little peaks up now, but it's nowhere close to its peak. The only time it was ever close to its peak was, let's see, October 20th. Not October
2020?
2019. Did something happen in
Hold up.
2019?
Oh yeah, that's when Chapter 2 Season 1 was released.
Yeah, October 13th through October 19th. It was the highest.
Yeah, because it was like a new chapter, all new stuff, but then everyone realized.
But immediately afterwards, it went down. Like further,
that
it went down
was like
further.
one of the worst seasons ever.
But then around March 2020, it started picking back up, and it's still relatively at like around 30. So not really people. Even
Now,
still,
I have a
not many
question.
people are looking it up.
Oh, March 2020. That's when Chapter 2 Season 2, I think was like starting to get popular.
Now I have a question for you.
Because of helicopters.
Games
Helicopters
really
were
die.
Huh?
Can games die?
Technically not, but they can die in popular culture and in people's opinions.
Yeah, because I'm gonna make another comparison to TF2 because why not?
The game.
You might say that TF2 is a dying
dead
game,
game,
but it's never really like
Completely
it
dead.
isn't though.
There's always gonna be
people
like
still play it.
there's always gonna be diehard fans of the game that aren't gonna stop playing. But in popular culture or in people's minds, the game could very much be dead. I feel like when people say dead, it's usually in comparison to something.
Oh my
Like take
God.
Pokemon Go for example. That game compared to how it was in 2016, it's so dead. But there's still many people playing that game. So
Yeah,
is it really dead? But I bring Pokemon Go up because they had a event like last week where they charged like $15 to go to like a Pokemon Go Fest or something where you could like walk around the entire world or something. I don't know all the details, but it was like, but they made as much money, like they made the most money they have in years since like 2016. So when can you even tell if a game's dead? Can anything really die? That's the real question. Like,
as long as there are two people, it's not a fully dead game, but it doesn't mean that its popularity in popular media isn't dead. And I feel like Fortnite is slowly dying in that regard.
Yeah, it's slowly dying for sure.
Here's the thing about dying games, though.
they can always come back.
Always make recoveries.
Yeah,
but
they
it's
always.
all that happens that's important, Let's go for TF2, for example. The main problem with TF2 right now isn't that it's like anything's really changed recently. We've never had many updates or anything like that. It's just that all of a sudden the fan base is starting to be so much more toxic towards new players, and that's how a game can
alienate. You alienate
And
the
you know what else is
potential.
You know what else causes fan bases to die like that?
What?
Putting restrictions kind of like Fortnite does by itself on how new players get in, act.
Because like I was playing TF2, I can't really talk in voice. I don't want to talk in voice chat, but I meant text chat. Like
Even if
the
you
text
wanted
chat.
to, you couldn't.
I couldn't talk in text chat. I can't play comp for reasons I don't understand. It's just like, wow, why is there all these restrictions?
Yeah. And a thing that goes alongside that is, exactly. It's putting restrictions on new players, and when new players stop coming in and old players start going out, that's how a game dies in popular media.
Yeah.
Another good example of that, definitely Fortnite.
Another example of a game that's come back is No Man's Sky. Have you guys heard about No Man's Sky?
Yeah.
What?
We played it all the time.
Really?
I
Actually.
used to play it a lot, but basically it was really hyped as like oh my god, it's an awesome space game where you can go to billions and billions of different planets. People were like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be the greatest game ever. It released and people hated it because in all reality it's hard to make 5 billion different planets seem different, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just did not live up to expectations. So the game was dead for about a year. No one really played or talked about it. But then it came back a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, it came out with some updates. They actually started delivering on some promises. Like, at launch it didn't have multiplayer, but then over time they got multiplayer added. So that's a thing going for it. And they're still updating it to this day. So honestly, that's a success story. It's like, oh, so a game can really come back over time, you know?
It's been over 1,000 days since TF2's last update in comparison.
It's like, if you don't have updates, how do you expect to keep a game relatively alive in the eyes of popular media?
And again,
Everything will get old.
TF2 has never really gotten
They stopped
updates.
updating in chapter 2 in Fortnite, and then people just stopped playing it because it was getting boring and there was no content.
What were you saying, Shadow?
TF2 really never had updates like that. That's not the main purpose. That's not the main point of TF2. It's never been about its updates and what's new. It's interactive gameplay, which even when you say they've done that pretty well.
I mean, it's fun to play. It's
Yeah,
different than current
even
shooters, I would say.
Unlike
Oh my gosh, how was that alive that
unlike would you say which is more fun to play for longer periods of time, Fortnite or TF2?
TF2 for sure, not even a content.
Exactly. It's created to be sustainable, but
there are still some
Fortnite
issues.
was literally created as a trend maker.
Basically.
There's no way that a game can stay on top of it for that long, forever.
Because you've heard, I'm sure maybe Day has heard of Fortnite's creation.
Lil Day.
Literally, Fortnite started out with just save the world, but then they were like, PUBG's popular, let's copy their battle royale. But then it blew up. But as battle royales start to die out, where's Fortnite? No one's playing Fortnite anymore. What happened?
Everyone plays creative because it's not fun to first sweats.
That's the thing I would say about Fortnite. It's like, I do not enjoy playing the normal game. It's like all the, and then this is another thing entirely, but like, why would they get rid of the map? It's like there's a nostalgia factor in it. It's like, oh, when I was in the 7th grade, I used to play on this old map, and it's like continually being updated with new places. But now when I hop on, I'm like, I don't feel any connection to this game whatsoever. You know? Okay,
I'm gonna compare it to, what should we compare it to? RuneScape. There we go. New game.
Yes, RuneScape.
Okay.
Has RuneScape ever died? That is the question.
RuneScape can't die because it's too long-lasting.
It's like you can't explain the game to someone who's never played it, honestly.
That's true. Like you were never able
to all
to
the people like in our 10 subscriber audience who've played old school RuneScape, you know what I'm talking about. But it's just not. It doesn't die because it's not based on how people. It's not based on popular trends, so it never has to evolve.
Right.
Which is honestly a pretty big thing comparatively.
Who's down to play copyrighted music with this going on?
No, we're not. I'm not putting on music. I'll put music on post.
Really?
Ooh, get 'em. But yeah, I feel like to answer the question, games don't really die, honestly.
What?
Oh.
In many of my games, oh, this is a whole different thing, but hype honestly sometimes ruins games for me, honestly.
Sure.
Yeah, when you just see so many people happy about a new, like, okay, so back in, what was it? It was a grade in a school somewhere in the world. A friend of mine came up to me and was talking about the black hole update. When was that again? Like
in Fortnite, the one where
Season 10,
it's like
it was the end of season 10.
in no, you couldn't play.
It was when they're developing chapter 2 because everybody wanted to see what's gonna happen next after the black hole. For the first week, chapter 2 was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And then everyone realized, is it really that good?
Actually, there's nothing to do.
it was during. Wait, how long ago was
So
that?
they didn't.
Okay, so it was during that when a friend of mine was talking to me about it, and I was super hyped because the Jungle Inferno update just dropped for TF2, which was about. Wait, how long is 1,000 days?
That is
Like
over
2
a
years?
year. That's like 2.
Okay, so that's how
like,
long
yeah,
ago
2
black hole thing was.
ago. Wait, did it come out like the same time the black hole was?
Yeah, I think it was a bit after actually, and that was the last time that TF2 had a major update for the past 1,000 days. So
That's sad, honestly.
yeah, honestly, and I was super happy because of how rare updates are. It's so fun when you get one. You know that. Not that I can really reminisce about it through anything other than rose-tinted goggles, but
Yeah.
But it's, how do I put it? A lot of stuff was changed in that.
That reminds me of.
Okay, would you say Pyro's a broken class in TF2?
Depends on the class you're playing. If you're playing Scout, you're
Okay.
gonna hate Pyro, but if you're like playing Heavy or something that can hit from far away, you don't really care as much.
Again, that's not really at that point. It's not it's not broken. That's just a hard counter. And
Then
TF2
I would say it's not really
have
broken.
counters.
Well, except for soldiers. So, and actually no, I think it's balanced because I think you
Everyone
defeat
can
a pirate.
beat everyone. It's just certain classes are meant, like,
Meant for different things that are better in the meta.
yeah. But as I was saying, what was it? TF2 doesn't rely on updates like Fortnite did.
That was the
Honestly,
issue with
because everyone's
Fortnite.
used to like a weekly update. I'm pretty sure they used to update weekly.
Yeah, if you want to know what's killing TF2 right now?
Nothing.
It's not the lack of updates, it's the bots.
And they have to update it probably to get rid of the bots, but
Yeah, you know how many
updating?
people are working on the TF2 team, like actually constantly developing it?
5? Shoot.
Less than you can count on your hand.
Actually,
Unironically, literally a handful of people
does
are working on
Valve
TF2.
even care anymore? I think Valve's just raking in from Steam and stuff, and they don't really care
Yeah,
about
exactly.
their games anymore.
That's not their main moneymaker, but it's still it's not dying because there aren't updates. It's dying because of the bot crisis. If Man vs. Machine was about robots, like this is the next stage of that.
But yeah, that reminds me back to Fortnite. You know, I remember playing in the beginning days, and I'm just wondering, was Fortnite a bad game? Like, that was the question I was asking myself when I was playing Chapter 2. Has Fortnite always been a bad game?
Yeah.
Or was it once good and now it's bad? And
Okay, can I go a lot deeper than I have to again?
Yes, you can go a lot deeper.
A lot like the American economy, it's not built to be sustainable. It's built to be. It's not built to be efficient. It's built to be effective.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not built to be a sustainable system of constant updates. Because you know what doesn't last 10 years?
What?
Fortnite. You want to know what does?
TF2.
Team Fortress 2.
The game was kind of based off of updating weekly, and that can only be sustainable for as long as the developers develop it.
It's kind of like the hype that Yandere Simulator has built around the Osana update, you know? It's been 7 years and they still haven't dropped the main mechanic of the game still isn't implemented.
What?
I am dead serious.
How can you even have a game like that?
I swear, it might have been recently. I don't know, but Osana has still not been added, and it's been in. I don't know how long. How long is 7 years in a game time span?
The 3DS was released 7 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Very good comparison.
What? I tried to go back.
They still don't have their main.
The time it took for
thing of the game. It's supposed to be you kill off your love rivals in the game, and they still haven't added the first one out of 9. 7 years. 7 years, and it still hasn't been
Crazy.
the first rival.
The life cycle of friggin' a 3DS, a whole system with tons of games developed for it, came out and died. Well, not died, but it was replaced before that update even dropped.
Faster than this game has been around. You know what it did beyond that, though?
What?
It created hype that no game can satisfy. Because this update has been in the years for 7 years.
All right.
It has to be good. Like, no matter what, it could be the next Undertale for freak's sake, and it still couldn't be that satisfying, you know?
But we're running out of time. We got 40 seconds left, but I want to compare this to one last game. Final Fantasy 15. It was originally gonna come out for the PlayStation 3, but it took, like, I don't even know how many years, 10 plus years, I'm assuming, but many years to come out. And when it came out, it was not really it's just hype that you can't satisfy.
Yeah, and again, can I add something on top of that? The difference between Yandere Simulator and Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy at least had something going for it, and it didn't cost the people much. Like, it wasn't an indie game.
Like the hype was more justified almost.
Yeah, because it was a professional game that came out. An indie game, people support the creator directly.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, you get 5 times the amount of money that Toby Fox got creating Deltarune. Is it? Yeah, Deltarune. Going into Yandere Simulator, which hasn't had its first update yet. Not update. Hasn't had its first rival added yet.
Wait, it hasn't had a rival yet? Is that like the main point of the game though?
Yep, its main feature hasn't been added. It's
Are they still working
not
on
in
it?
beta yet.
Are they still working on it though?
Yeah, 7 years.
There's no way that can live out.
I think it's more than 3 times the amount Toby Fox got of money, with almost a longer time span than Undertale took.
That's crazy. But just to wrap things up, yeah, Final Fantasy 15 in my eyes was kind of mediocre, and I prefer the normal turn-based, but that's all opinion. Maybe that's what we can talk about next episode. RPGs or something.
Fortnite is not a sustainable. It was not intended to be sustainable.
There's no way that Epic Games was gonna continue.
It was intended to be a clout chaser.
And TF2, if the developers are watching this video, which I doubt, please get rid of the bots and continue trying. I know Valve most likely isn't supporting you, but keep doing good work.
Do not punish the players by not allowing new accounts to use the voice chat or chat.
Please.
Instead, how about update the VAC ban system instead, please?
Yes.
If like 2 comments ask it, we might do TF2 next time.
Alright, so thank you everyone for watching. See you guys next time. Goodbye.
And I hate you all.
I hate you all, but I don't hate you all. I love you guys.
Don't do that, that's weird.